Hi everyone, my name is Sina with Living Love Communications, and today I want to talk to you about practical approaches to radical freedom. So this past month of April, I was focusing on radical freedom and really looking at how I can deepen and attune myself to this quality and this concept that I want more of in my life. And it's been a wonderful, wonderful process. And then I realized that there may be people who don't know, well, how can I connect to freedom, to a sense of freedom inside of me? It doesn't have to be radical, okay? So for me, it had to be radical freedom. Well, for you, it might not have to be radical freedom, but it can be a presence of the moment and an understanding of that essence, that authenticity of who you truly are. So what I wanted to share with you today are some practical approaches to connecting to that essence within and what I would call a place of freedom. So this place of freedom may also be, let's say, a place of unconditional loving, a place of forgiveness, a place of compassion. So as you connect to that place within yourself, you may find these other qualities, the qualities of the spirit, the qualities of the soul, things like that. Okay, so here are just a couple of practical approaches to connecting inward. And these are things that I do myself. So these are things that I use when I am feeling out of balance. So the first thing is really simple. And I just take a few fingers and I touch right here in my heart, right in my sternum, in the place where the bones meet right in the middle. There's kind of this place where it all comes together. And even you may have noticed I'm starting to transform. So when I touch to that place and when I touch to that place in my center, in my heart, I feel that connection and attunement. And I use it as a way of reminding myself. So if I'm getting off balance in any way, I can touch into that place and stay connected. Another thing that I use is breathing. So breathing very simply, I might just close my eyes and breathe in and breathe out. And breathing, of course, we all breathe every day, but if I close my eyes and just allow myself to focus on my breathing, even if it's just for a couple of minutes, I find myself moving into a place of peace, a place of connection, and a place of attunement to that energy from within. All right, so what else? I wrote a list because I knew that I would forget. And that's okay too. So, oh, that's so funny. One of the things on my list is make a list. Okay, because personally, so again, this is what works for me. I like to make lists. I'm a list maker. I write things. So I actually have a list of about 22 or 23 things that assist me in connecting when I'm off balance. Now, you might not need 22 things on your list. You might just say, okay, well, I know this works or that works or this works. Now, if you don't know what works, that's okay too, because I'm going to give you, so you might try breathing. So you might try breathing, you might try putting it on a list. It might be a list of one thing. Just remember to breathe. Just breathe. Because we don't really breathe. Breath is so important. Breath is the essence of our life. It's how we take in and we take out. And that movement of things coming in and things going out. It's a reflection of our life. Breath is beautiful. So, and breathing awareness is so important. So other things that you might want to put on your list of how to connect inward, and this was going to be a video, a practical approach to radical freedom, and you could want to connect to freedom, but it could be really anything else. So another thing that really works for me is connecting with nature. And how I do that is sometimes I just look outside and I look at the trees blowing in the wind. Actually, on my YouTube, there's a beautiful video, it's a 2-minute video of just this tree dancing in the wind. So I might look at something that's very beautiful and calming and peaceful, particularly things in nature. If I can, I go outside and spend some time outside. Sometimes we don't have time to go outside. We don't have a beautiful setting around us. I'm very blessed right now. I'm living in Maine and it's very beautiful all around me. I don't need to go far to experience that beauty of nature. But maybe it's through a picture or through a video or reading a poem that describes nature, that connects you to that essence. Because inherently, as human beings, we have this connection to nature. So if you're feeling off balance, what's really beautiful is that the earth and nature can help to create that balance for us. So that's another technique or a tool that you can use to connect to that place within. All right, so there's one other thing that what I would say, if I am off balance and I want to come into alignment or come into greater balance, I get moving. And that could be as dancing to a song. It could be just stretching and moving my body. It could be exercise. Exercise can be really good to create greater balance and flow. You get your air moving, get your blood moving. Oftentimes when we're off balance on something. So imagine like a seesaw, not a pendulum, a seesaw or a teeter-totter. So if something's off balance, there's too much weight on one side. Well, what can you do with the fulcrum? You can either move the fulcrum or you can move the weight. And then as you move the weight along that line, you can then create your balance again. So getting moving, doing something, taking action is a great way to go from a place of out of balance to a place of greater alignment and balance. So I'm going to check my list. Unapologetically. List. Doing things. Get moving. Breathing. Touching your heart. Make a list. Be out in nature. So those are just a few of the things that I came up with. But you might come up with more ways. Oh, I just thought of one. So as I'm sharing with you, calling a friend and sharing with a friend, that can be a great way to shift the energy and move the energy and come into greater alignment and balance, particularly if it's someone who really resonates with that heart energy. In the same way, calling someone and connecting with someone who's going to aggravate you and agitate you and get in there. Okay, well that might that might throw you off balance. So, as we serve each other as human beings on this planet, we can help each other bring into balance, and we can also help throw ourselves off balance. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you all today about radical freedom. So have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.